Mike Moses said he liked that conscious shit.
Alright, so it's your boy Mike. Thank you for checking out the video. Today we're gonna talk about what is Wordle. So that's the same question that I had a few weeks ago before I started playing. So if you watch to the end of the video, not only am I gonna tell you what Wordle is, where to find it, how to play it, I'm gonna give you some tips and tricks. I'm gonna tell you exactly who created Wordle, why it's so popular, and what's the future of Wordle look like. So first and foremost, Wordle is a fun, simple puzzle game. It's kind of like a crossword. Back in the day with the newspaper, where every day you get the newspaper to come out with a different game every day. Well, that's Wordle. Every 24 hours, it's a new game. Your goal is to try to figure out what the 5-letter word is in 6 guesses or less. Every 24 hours, it resets, and it's up to you to figure out exactly what that word of the day is. The website itself actually does a great job explaining exactly how to play the game. So pretty much a green brick indicates that the letter is correct and in the exact location. A yellow brick indicates that the letter appears in the word but is in a different place. And a gray or black brick indicates that the letter does not appear anywhere in the word. On January 31st, the New York Times purchased the game Wordle from Josh for low 7 figures. So he got at least $1 million. Josh Wordle invented the game. Now, I believe back in November of 2021, there was only 90 users playing the game. And as of mid-January, there was over 300,000 people playing. And as of the making of this video, there's millions of people playing the game. If you're like me and you've been on Twitter, you've probably seen those green bricks, those yellow bricks, those black and gray bricks, and you're like, what the heck is this game? What is Wordle? There was really no context to it, but I think the first post I saw was like mid-January. I kind of just, saw it, didn't understand it, didn't really do too much research. But then I saw somebody else post it, and then I saw that original person posted the next day. So I'm like, okay, Wordle, it's a word game. So naturally what I do, I go straight to, my app store. I'm looking for Wordle. Don't find the game. I go on Google, don't really find what I'm looking for. So, and I kind of just moved on. Then once I saw like 3 or 4 different people on my Twitter timeline posting their Wordle victories every day, I couldn't help but be intrigued, right? I just couldn't help myself. I asked, I was like, yo, what is this? How do you play this? Where's this game at? They sent me the link. I played, boom, I got the first word right. Then the next day I woke up in the morning and I saw somebody tweet their Wordle, and I was like, oh shoot, let me go to Wordle. I got that word. Then the next day I woke up, got that word. And then once you play 3 times in a row and you're like, oh, I'm nice, you kind of get addicted to the game. Who is Josh Wordle? Well, Josh Wordle is actually a Brooklyn-based developer who I believe worked on something for Reddit. He actually created this game back in 2013, and he made the game just so that him and his girl could just have something fun to play. The backstory behind Wordle is really great. So first of all, the guy who created it, his name is Josh Wardle, W-A-R-D-L-E. The name of the game is W-O-R-D-L-E. So Josh apparently had a prototype of the game back in 2013. There's only so many words that you can make out of that are 5-letter words. And I think some of the words were curse words. So he had to fix all the bugs and stuff. But he really made the game so that he could play with his girlfriend. How sweet is that? For him to make a whole game for his girl, just for them to play, that's pretty dope. So shout out to Josh. Now, back in November, there was only 90 users on the game in that month. As of mid-January, there was over 300,000 people playing. And as of today, there's millions of people playing. So 2 things. 1, Josh, you took the money. Shout out to you. Enjoy your millions. Hope you invest it and make more millions. But bruh, if 1 million people or over 1 million people are visiting your website every single day and all you got was $1 million, you're tripping, bro. Bad business move. The New York Times, that's bad. That's bad business because it hasn't even hit its tipping point yet. Right now, there's a lot of people that are on it, but 1 million out of the 7 billion people that are on this world, 1 million people visiting your site every day. The New York Times is going to have 1 million people minimum right now visiting their website every single day just to play this game, right? And I'm one of them. And if you're watching this video, you're probably one of them. If I'm the New York Times, I'm leaving Wordle the exact same. I'm moving it to the NewYorkTimes.com/Wordle. And on the Wordle page, it should be free. That's when they can advertise, because millions of people are gonna go every single day. So they don't need to try to change anything. I mean, they really hit a lick. If you got millions of people every morning going, now I'm thinking like, damn, Josh, like, they, he probably could have got a way bigger bag. He could have got a way bigger bag. 1 million people visiting the website every single day to play a game. And yeah, like, you don't want to run too many ads, but just a banner, any little thing that, like, or the keyboard sponsored by, I mean, 1 million people a day, that's just now. Like, I can imagine 2 months, 3 months, 4 months from now, it's gonna be tens of millions, maybe hundreds of millions of people going to play this every day. Then you can link the Wordle to your crossword puzzle that they put out every day. I'm sure they got Sudoku that they put out. Just anything to drive traffic. Put a news article, the hot story of the day. They can generate so much more business by driving traffic to their website, because I'm gonna be honest, right now, for the New York Times, every time I end up on a New York Times article through a Google search, it's like, hey, do you wanna pay for a subscription for a year? And they're not even asking a lot. They're like, hey, for $1.40, do you want to pay for a year subscription so you can see this article? I'm like, hell no. Like, I'll just keep browsing. Like, oops, I didn't mean to click this New York Times article. But for Josh, like, he won, but I feel like he lost in the end, because Wordle is just not picking up steam as long as they don't change anything, right? So the reason that Wordle blew up, in my opinion, is because, one, it's exclusive, right? So Facebook, when I first joined Facebook, it was only for college kids. You had to have a college email, a .edu to join the program. So it was like, you had like a air about you, like, oh, you're on MySpace? Well, I'm on Facebook. Like, well, how can I join Facebook? Well, are you in college? Not only are you in college, are you in one of these colleges? So I went to JMU. At JMU, like, we were one of the first probably 50 colleges that was added to Facebook. So like, it felt exclusive, and that's why I felt like it blew up. Same with Clubhouse. Clubhouse was so popular because it was exclusive. You had to be invited. Shout out to Josh. Shout out to all the people out there playing Wordle. I know that I grew up on Wheel of Fortune. My strategy for Wordle, I try to come up with a word, my first word, that has RSTLNE in it. Now, a lot of people use the same exact word every single day. I think that takes the fun away of it. So if you're trying to use audio every day for your first word to try to get as many vowels as possible, or you're using the same exact starting word, it just doesn't make the game as fun. My suggestion is just play. Don't look up no tips and tricks. If you're not smart, you're not smart. If you're smart, you'll be great. You know what I'm saying? If you want to win at it, you'll do good. Trying to cheat the system on something that actually, like, is exercising your brain doesn't make any sense. So I don't have no tips and tricks for you. If you want to look them up, go ahead and look them up. You're not going to do yourself no justice. Shout out to Josh Wardle. Shout out to the fact that his last name is Wardle, W-A-R-D-L-E, and he named the game Wordle. Like, that's pretty dope, right? So imagine creating a game that you named after yourself with a play on the word that went viral after 3 months of only having 90 people play your game, and now you got millions of people playing your game. Then you got the New York Times giving you over $1 million for your game. Like, that's pretty dope. If they change anything about it, it will die instantly. All right, so hopefully you have a better idea of exactly what Wordle is, who created it, why it blew up, what's going on with it. I'm on Twitter. Tag me on Twitter, mycoolmosby. I would love to interact with you guys, share results. We can battle every day, see who can get the word of the day within the least amount of guesses. And if it don't fit, don't force it.